So, to kind of recap, our energy levels are not just built around our lifestyle, they're built around what's happening in our body. So, if you're aging, if you're a 40-year-old, again, your growth hormone goes down. If you're a 50-year-old, your NAD levels go way down. And so you just begin to stack these problems, and then even your stem cells start going down. And those help heal and repair, and those are like doing all these things, like they can fix things. And so they start to just go down and down and down. So having things that help support your system as you age so you can be at your peak performance, so you can live at your greatest purpose, I think is pretty important in this day and age since we have access to these things. Now, does it mean everyone needs to do this? No. You can go super cheap and you can start by taking like niacinamide and resveratrol and start there. Get out, get your sunshine, get your earth, get cold, and those things will help activate Sirtuin pathways. But if you're going for the capacity that you want to be at, which is at your greatest capacity, you might want to consider adding some extra support with high quality compounds that have ingredients that are stable and deliverable and not just, an NMN on the shelf, right? What I would be looking at is taking a test, a mitochondrial test, if your energy is through, like just dumped down. Of course, I would also recommend doing like a Dutch test to see what your hormones are doing. And the Dutch test helps reveal what you're metabolizing through your urine and salivary glands. And that can dictate, again, a good pathway of like, what are two things that are not working within these two tests? Like, or I should say, what are the things within these two tests and what's not working within those tests? And so then you can supplement correctly. Instead of like taking products where you're like, well, I don't know, I think I'm okay, but I don't know. If your health is generally like topped off, if your energy's good, you sleep well, you're taking care of your diet, you're getting out and exercising every day, you're avoiding EMF, like you might not need as much and your tests might come back pretty normal. Or you might have one thing that's a little bit off that you can do to just enhance maybe your testosterone. Or for this example, that will help increase your NAD production. Now, if you want to not take a test, you can totally do that and just take it because it will do it. It'll basically work whether you take a test or not, if that makes sense. So again, what I do is I will take the NAD on an empty stomach and I'll hold it in my mouth for about 60 seconds. And it's kind of funny because I'll have my girls coming in and I'm like, and they're like, huh? I'm like, which is hilarious. So I just start getting silly with it. But so I'll take this, and then about 15 minutes later, I might take something else or, take some hydrogen tablets. And then I will go out either cold plunge or I'll be doing red light. And it's a significant difference in my energy levels through the day than without it. Now, it's still a good idea, just like sleep and activity. It's a good thing to take a rest. Like you don't want to take this every day all the time. You would first take it for 2 weeks consistently, and then maybe take a couple days off a week. You could do 3 days on, 2 days off. You could do 2 days on, 1 day off. You can kind of play around with it. And that kind of ensures that if you're adding other things in with that routine, like methylene blue or chlorella or hydrogen tablets, that you're not overstacking that ADP to ATP conversion and getting congested in that pathway, right? So it's like sunshine is good, but too much is not good. So you don't want to over flood the system. You want to just give it what it needs to work really well. So we want to make sure that the oil that you put into your body is not too topped off and not too under, so that the car, your body, works really well. And so, between the two products, my preference would be the NAD. I think it'd be great for convenient wise to use the Peak NMM. It's kind of your choice, but between those two, you cannot go wrong. To increase your longevity, to increase your metabolization, to increase to stabilize your insulin levels, to help cognitive function, to help neuro repair, and so much more. So pick between the two. Maybe get your test done. and see where you're at baseline before you start doing it if you've never done that before. And then you can see what things you can implement to make a real significant jump in your health.